The power of humility. 1. The easiest way to grow as a person is to become more humble, to throw away pride, and to quiet the voice within that makes you think you know more than you actually do, as even the geniuses among us are not geniuses all the time. Ignorance is a chronic disease that affects us all. Problematic is not the fact that it exists, but that the ignorant often sees its ignorance as wisdom.
Being ignorant or being a beginner can be so painful sometimes that we may feel tempted to pretend we're better than we actually are. The problem with this approach is that this is the very thing that prevents us from growing. Humility, like confidence, are traits with lots of beneficial effects. They both carry social value, as in they can make you more popular or liked. They can both be faked, but neither can be faked effectively 100% all the time. Eventually, people catch up with you, and they like you much less after. Eventually, you catch up with you, and you like yourself even less after that. So when you try to display humility, make sure it comes from the heart, instead of a calculated brain whose only concern is to keep up with appearances.
3. True humility goes beyond words. It's manifested in action. One may speak arrogantly but act humble. One may speak humble but act arrogant. Both what one says and what one does play a role in how we see them, but what one does is far more important, as from a humble act we can safely conclude a humble mindset. But from humble words, we can't safely drive neither intent nor actions, because words are more than cheap. They are almost worthless. Actions, on the other hand, are different. Even when faked, they cost at least as much as an action performed for the right reasons.
It's not enough to use the words of a humble person. You have to live it. The reason for this is what psychologists call cognitive dissonance, which is in essence that uncomfortable feeling we have when our feelings, values, and actions are in contradiction. The thing is that this feeling also comes when you see other people talking the talk, but not walking the walk. So don't just talk humble, act humble.
4. The quickest way to humility is to take more risks, to play right at the edge of your capabilities, be that physical or mental, to put yourself in places where failure is not only possible, but likely. Arrogance is what lays on the opposite side of the coin of humility. Arrogance is the evil twin, something whose diet consists of a false sense of one's superiority over humanity, caused by playing only within one's comfort zone, combined with the belief that this comfort zone is not just a fraction of the total, but the whole pie. You're not arrogant because you're the greatest, but because you believe you are. To be humble, you have to live in reality. You have to show yourself the imperfections within. You have to expose yourself to failure, to feel it, to live through it without making an excuse or stories for why you didn't win.
5. Given the enormous complexity of the universe we live in, paired with the even greater level of human ignorance, the only good way to live life is by acknowledging this very ignorance. If you're a truth seeker, humility is among your top 10 favorite words. To be intellectually humble is to admit you don't know even when it paints you in a bad light, even if it makes you look like you don't have life figured out, because that's the truth. You don't have life figured out, and you're secure enough to admit it. You know that in life, just like with everyone else, you're winging it, enthusiastically trying to build a safe and fast plane mid-flight with the full knowledge that despite your greatest efforts the plane will likely crash. This is the highest level of humility, 90% of confidence in every action, by always consulting with that 1% at the back of your head that predicts failure instead of success. Once again, because you're aware that like everyone else, you're prone to making unwise decisions. Like everyone else, you're an idiot sometimes, and it's very difficult to know when you are and when you aren't, since every time you feel as if this time around you're the wisest being in the universe. There is nothing wrong with your thought process, you think, until you realize you missed something, and it's too late.
So guys, what do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Please subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like and share with your friends. Thank you.